Izzy Stradlin, the former rhythm guitarist of Guns N' Roses, has rejoined the band several times after his departure in 1991. However, he has never officially become a permanent member again. Izzy Stradlin tends to keep his distance from full commitment to GNR, choosing to perform only occasionally as a special guest. This reunion shows that, despite the differences, Stradlin's relationship with the band and its members is not completely broken. These guest appearances are enthusiastically received by fans and add a sense of nostalgia for those who miss the classic GNR era. Stradlin's departure from GNR left a profound impact on the band and its fans. As one of the founders, primary songwriters, and rhythm guitarists, his contribution was crucial in shaping GNR's distinctive sound. His legacy lives on through the music he helped create and his influence on subsequent generations of guitarists and songwriters. Stradlin may have left GNR, but his impact on the band and the rock genre as a whole cannot be ignored. His decision to step away from the spotlight reflects his commitment to personal and artistic integrity, and although he's no longer a permanent member of GNR, his influence will always be felt. In November 1991, Stradlin surprised fans and the music industry by announcing his departure from GNR. This decision marked the end of one of the most productive periods in the band's history and paved the way for a different musical journey for Stradlin. Various factors contributed to Stradlin's decision to leave GNR. Some main reasons include dissatisfaction with the band's dynamics, an unstable lifestyle, and creative differences with other band members, especially Axl Rose. In the following years, Stradlin revealed that excessive lifestyle and the pressure-filled environment around the band began to negatively impact him. Stradlin began showing dissatisfaction during the Use Your Illusion tour. Despite being commercially successful, the tour was filled with tension and controversy. Ultimately, Stradlin decided he couldn't endure this stressful environment anymore. He said that after quitting drugs, he began questioning his surroundings and felt bored, which led him to feel the need to leave the band. On November 7, 1991, it was announced that Stradlin had left Guns N' Roses. His final performance as an official member occurred on August 31 at Wembley Stadium. Stradlin later expressed his dislike for the complications that became part of everyday life in Guns N' Roses. He highlighted incidents like the Riverport riot and Axl Rose's frequent lateness and diva behavior during the Use Your Illusion tour as examples. Additionally, Stradlin felt dissatisfied with the contract offered to him before he left, which demoted him to a lower position and reduced his royalty percentage. He felt this was unfair given his contributions since day one and chose to leave the band. This decision was further solidified after he sobered up from drug use, making him less tolerant of situations he would usually overlook. After his departure from Guns N' Roses, Stradlin returned to his hometown of Lafayette, Indiana, where he began working on new material. He formed the band Izzy Stradlin and the Juju Hounds, consisting of Stradlin on vocals and rhythm guitar, Rick Richards from the Georgia Satellites on lead guitar, Jimmy Ashurst from Broken Homes on bass, and Charlie Quintana on drums. Their self-titled debut album was released in October 1992 to positive reviews. Rolling Stone called it a blues-drenched solo debut, full of triumph. The Juju Hounds played their first show in September at the Avalon in Chicago before embarking on tours to Europe, Australia, and North America. Although not reaching the same level of success as with GNR, Stradlin still enjoyed his musical freedom. In May 1993, Izzy Stradlin rejoined Guns N' Roses for 5 shows in Europe and the Middle East, replacing Gilby Clarke, who had broken his wrist in a motorcycle accident. After Stradlin returned to his band, Juju Hounds, Axl Rose dedicated the song Double Talkin' Jive, written by Stradlin, to him during several band performances. Stradlin was later invited by his former Guns N' Roses bandmates, Duff McKagan, Slash, and Matt Sorum, to join the supergroup Velvet Revolver. Although Stradlin initially contributed to the songwriting process during the band's early formation, he ultimately declined to join. This decision was made due to his reluctance to endure the intense touring life and his discomfort working with a lead singer. However, he did offer to share vocal duties with McKagan. In 2003, Izzy Stradlin recorded his sixth album titled Like a Dog with guitarist Rick Richards, drummer Tez Bentley, and bassist JT Longoria. The album was initially planned for release by the end of 2003, but only fewer than 1,000 promo copies were made. The album was eventually not released until October 2005 when Stradlin, encouraged by petitions from his fans, made it available through online orders. The following year, Stradlin re-released the albums Ride On, River, On Down the Road, and Like a Dog via iTunes. In May 2006, 13 years after his last performance with Guns N' Roses, Izzy Stradlin made a guest appearance at the band's show at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York, where he played on the songs Patience, Think About You, and Night Train. He later joined Guns N' Roses for 13 shows during their summer tour in Europe. Stradlin revealed, "Axl Rose and I connected via phone this year, and I stopped by. It feels good to reconnect with an old friend, a comrade, and a fellow warrior. I then told him that I wanted to join in on a few shows, and he said I was welcome to come and play something, so I did." In December, he played 3 shows with the group at the Gibson Amphitheater in Universal City, California. Izzy Stradlin released his 7th album, Miami, through iTunes in May 2007. The album once again featured Rick Richards, Tez Bentley, JT Longoria, along with keyboard player Joey Huffman. Guitarist Richards described the album as a bit different from Like a Dog but still pretty rock. In July, a remix version of Miami was released on iTunes. Stradlin said this new mix sounds harder and more powerful. In April 2012, Izzy Stradlin was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a member of the classic Guns N' Roses lineup. In a statement released through Duff McKagan's blog for Seattle Weekly, he thanked the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for recognizing our work over the years, as well as former bandmates and fans for their continuous support. Known for avoiding the public spotlight, Stradlin chose not to attend the induction ceremony. In the month following his induction, Izzy Stradlin joined Guns N' Roses on stage for 2 shows at the O2 Arena in London, performing various songs including 14 Years, which hadn't been played since his departure in 1991. In July, he performed again with the band at a private show in Saint-Tropez and a concert in Palma de Mallorca. Stradlin rejoined Guns N' Roses in November for the final 2 shows of their Appetite for Democracy residency in Las Vegas. Amid various rumors and speculation, Izzy Stradlin joined Twitter and confirmed through a statement to Rolling Stone that he would not be participating in the Guns N' Roses lineup reunion in 2016. He explained that his decision was made because the band didn't want to split the proceeds equally.